Welcome everybody, and welcome to this new episode of Idanim Inspirations. My name is Raman, and I am so grateful to welcome our guest for today's episode. And to be honest, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed and confused to be speaking to her. I don't know what should and can I ask a living master who has seen through the illusion and who has realized her true nature. So please join me in welcoming Byron Katie. In
Hello,
nine
everyone.
and in 1986, um, after a decade long depression and self-loathing, Katie woke up one morning with a sense of deep joy, and she often describes her experience as waking up to reality. Her very simple yet very profound process of self inquiry, which she calls the work, has helped millions of people find true joy and peace in their lives. Many people at Idanim ask us to suggest a method, a meditation technique that they can use to, find peace and feel that calmness. Now, here is the how. The work is the how. This is one of the most profound meditations that I have come across. So, Katie, thank you so much. Uh, we are truly humbled to have you with us, and we want to start our conversation with a poem that I wrote just a few minutes back to capture my feelings. Oh, Katie, whatever I say or ask or listen will come from my egoic mind. So please grace us, grace me to understand your words, to understand the depth of your words, depth beyond words. Oh, Katie, thank you so much for your grace and presence.
So very welcome.
So, Katie, you often say that the root cause of our suffering is thinking and believing our thoughts. For a very long time, I used to believe that I'm not good enough, I'm not competent enough, although I've achieved fairly well in most of the areas that one strives for. And at one point, I realized that I've just gotten attached to this thought and I started believing in it. It is just a thought, it is not true. Now, my question is, who is this entity that used to believe this thought and now realizes that it is not true? Who is making an inquiry? Who is believing and not believing? Is it the mind itself that is recognizing its false belief, or there is a deeper awareness that becomes aware of the mechanics of mind? This question keeps on running in my mind. When I look for it, I don't really find. Sometimes I feel, okay, who is analyzing, who is inquiring, and I don't really see anything. Uh, and I see the entity which is making an inquiry is also mind. So yeah. So my first question is, who is this entity? Is it the mind or is it something else?
It's nothing unless you can prove otherwise. I could say, to move it up a bit into the world, it's a question. And there is no answer for it. Did you hear me say there is no answer for it?
I did.
So that's the opposite of presence. Meaning anything you hear me say will always be in the past. And we refer to that as the remembered.
Even while we are talking?
Yes. No proof. And I could ask the entire world, did I just say the entire world? And even if everyone said, yes, we all heard you say that, they're speaking out of the illusion of what we refer to as recall. But that is ego, not fact.
I am sorry, I didn't get that, Katie. Sorry.
Well, you can listen to it again from the recording. And I could say, I just said the word recording, but I'm speaking out of an illusion that we call remembering. But that doesn't make it so. It's a dream. So I'll say a word and we'll see the construct of ego. I'll say a word and do not give it a picture. Okay? Don't imagine it. Don't give it a picture. Okay? So, apple.
I gave it a picture.
Yeah, and you're taking credit for it like you did it. You're not the doer. You didn't remember. You can say that, but it doesn't make it so. I'm trying to respond to your question in a very simple way. So let's look at it again. I'll say a word, don't give it a picture. Okay, banana.
For a few moments, I didn't give it a picture, but then picture did come up.
Yes, because that is the ego. We'll call it the ego. That is its way of what we would say as recall. The ego is fighting. It's like a terrified child just fighting to be I am this body, for example. But that mind is not body. And you have like a little child will look at an apple and they don't know what it is.
Yes.
No idea. It's a mystery. And then a parent says, that's an apple. And they don't know what you're talking about. You say, apple, and you point to it. And the child says, apple. And the parent, let's say, applauds it. They're, oh, yeah, she said apple. He said apple. And so identity from the don't know mind to the I know, I identity, I know mind. So now I'm no one's forcing me into the world. I'm imagining the world. The moment I believed. It wasn't an apple before I believed it. This may be a bit clumsy, but it's as clear as now when you're sleeping at night and you're not dreaming, do you exist?
I don't.
No, I. But then at some point, I'm awake, I'm late for work, I need to hurry, I need to brush my teeth, I want coffee, until we pass out at night from ego. Not right, not wrong. It's just all about loving the trip. Just loving the trip. It's like understanding that life is an apple, life is a banana. It's either remembered or anticipated, past, future. Without that, no I. No world, no life, no. So anyone that is not afraid to go to sleep is not afraid to die, meaning to move on to the not I and to wake up with a lesson proven, learned. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be enlightened to the cause of the world, the cause of all suffering, the cause of life. And life is a gift. Like you imagine waking up this morning or dressing for work this morning. And what dressed you? Without the I, it is amazing to witness that not I. So, I put on my shoes and socks and I brush my teeth. But without that I to witness the way you witness not an apple, not a banana. It's beautiful. Even physical pain is either remembered or anticipated. Otherwise, this would be hell. But this life is this life as we understand it to be is it could use a little work, a little self-inquiry.
Yes.
And no one has to do that, to be kind and good and gentle and understanding. That is the grace of that is the grace of I. It's by nature as authentic as the I is gentle and a gift.
So, who is making this inquiry? Sorry, I'll repeat my question again, Katie. Uh, isn't the mind making an inquiry, or
In preschool, at any age, yes, it seems that way, but you can't prove that you've ever spoken or that I have ever spoken, even on a recording.
so I used to live in Singapore, Katie, while my family was in India. One day, I was talking to my son, who is now 8 years old. Uh, shares the same birth date, not year, as you. Uh, so I was talking to him on a video call, and I was missing him. I started crying. And at one point, I just realized that there is no sun in the room. I'm talking to a laptop screen.
Ooh.
And I became intensely aware, and everything is going on in my head, different emotions, different thoughts. And I could very, very clearly see I'm not my thoughts. And I keep on creating so many worlds continuously inside my head. Another day, I was just enjoying a walk when I got a call from my colleague, and she told me about a competitor that I had never heard before. And I became very anxious and heavy. So there, and I very clearly realize in my meditation practice how my thoughts keep on popping up, creating so many worlds uh, within me. Uh, and there is a sometimes that there is a clear distinction, and the distance between me and my thoughts, me and my body, that's quite visible. But most of the time it is obscured with thinking, wanting, expecting, uh, past thoughts about past, worries of future, fantasizing, imagining, uh, and I I don't know. It seems like a thin veil of sorts that just doesn't go away. I don't know if I'm and I sometimes wonder whether it goes away ever or not. Uh,
It would have to exist before it could go away. You would
oh
have
my.
to.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So, no, life is all of life we can get is life is it's imagined. It's imagined. It's either anticipated or remembered. So where is life? Either remembered or anticipated. So where is life? And that will just sitting in that can support you to attempt or invite the ego to bring up its next challenge. Like if you see an image of your son that is not your son, your ego will offer up images of you with your son in the past, but that is not your son. And you can feel very, very connected to that illusion. And like your son, the illusion doesn't exist either. That's why we call it illusion. Now, if you're looking at your son, you're actually with your son, you're remembering, or you wouldn't be able to even understand what he was saying, more or less his existence. But in this gifted world of illusion, that's why I invite people to self-inquiry. This world is it's a gift, and non-duality, the gift. This is Earth School. We are here to understand what we're talking about now and to enjoy the gift of life. It's an illusion. Eventually you come to understand that. But in the meantime, the smell of a flower and the gift of looking at the sky and the trees and the rain and other people's pain because you understand they're asleep. They're being dreamed, and you can just be the comforter. And sometimes that is just touching, and sometimes it's not touching. Just being available to help in whatever way we can, the gift of life. And it's, there is no cruel God that would send us into a world of suffering. This is school. This is earth school. I mean, when you're a child, you don't know what a tree is
Yes.
until someone says it's a tree. And you can't even see it, like the banana, until you understand, like the way the ego works is there's a word that holds no value without an image.
Yes.
And that's duality. It's like a child, it doesn't know what anything is, so it's always safe. When it cries, it is the parent, let's say, that, oh, the baby's hungry. Oh, the baby wants food. Oh, the baby's diaper needs, and the baby doesn't care. It's not identified yet. And that is, we're going back to what matters. And that is the gift of the gift of this world. I often refer to it as heaven because it is. That's my experience. It's heaven where there's no pain, no suffering, no hatred, no, it's just understanding the gift of life, the gift of apparent life.
And it's beautiful. And just sharing the one trivia came to my mind, Katie. My daughter is 2.5 years old, and she used to refer herself not as I, but the pet name that her friend of her age had given to her. And people used to call her with different names, so it and I noticed maybe 6 months back, that's when she started referring herself as I. Before that, her name is Sia, so she would say Sia is hungry, or Sia wants to do this thing. uh, and maybe a few months back, she started referring herself as, okay, I am hungry.
Yeah, you're watching her birth.
Yes. And they
She was born at 6 years old. Identification. She was born at 6, and you believe she was born of the womb. I'm assuming.
and now the first part of your statement, this that thinking and believing a thought is the root cause of suffering.
And we're not
Thinking,
doing it on purpose. I'll say a word, do not give it a picture, okay?
yes,
Okay, apple. Stop that. So there's word, and it has no meaning without object.
yes,
And if you look at an object without name, then the ego, we're looking at the construct of ego.
yes,
So you can't have one without the other. Even when someone names something we've never seen before, we want to know what it looks like. And then we form an image as someone tells us before we even see the object.
That is true. But thinking doesn't stop, it's so involuntary.
Well, why stop it? It's brilliant to understand it. I mean, why put it in prison? To understand the mind is to understand.
But isn't it thinking that we get that we get identified with?
Yes, and if you're awake to it, there's no attachment. It's not true. It's not. It's not. It doesn't exist. It's imagination.
That I see very well, Katie. I have been practicing mindfulness of thoughts for many, many years, and I remember the first time I was practicing it, and I was like, "Oh, the person who was sitting next to me." I questioned myself. The guy, I just pray the guy should not hear my thoughts. I mean, is it really what is going on in my mind? Is it what it keeps going on for the entire day? And I was like, oh my god, is this what I keep thinking? Is this what I think about this person, that person, this event, that event?
Well, the ego doesn't sleep. It's when it's asleep, there goes the world, and then it's the ego can, it's a state of mind. It's got to hold the trance. Life is a trance. Life is imagined.
Right. And should we not believe even the positive thoughts, inspirational thoughts, creative thoughts? Even that's
They're
an
all
illusion.
equal. They're all equal. If someone says, "Oh, Byron Katie, something terrible is going to happen. Something terrible is going to happen," and they're in some kind of nightmare. It's whatever they think is going to happen hasn't, and they're already fearful.
Yes.
Maybe more fearful than they would be if it actually happened. But in the meantime, there's that anticipation, the ego's anticipation on and worry, because the ego without this body, the ego, a state of mind without this body, this I, it has no life. The ego without body cannot survive. So it's always, there are no thoughts. It is not about the I, the body. So we protect it, we dress it, we fix its hair, we try to fit in because someone says, "Ooh, what's the matter with you? You look awful. Ooh, unacceptable, unacceptable," and just identification. If someone says, "Oh, Byron Katie, you look terrible," why do I feel so good about that? Because they get to feel better about themselves and they see me. And that's a gift. And that's a gift I can give by not responding, "How dare you say that about me?" Just to allow them to see me the way they see me and to be comfortable in that, as comfortable as they can be in that state of mind. And I doubt it's that comfortable.
That's so beautiful. And how do we break the identification?
You break it every night when you're sleeping and you're not dreaming.
Yes.
So how grateful are you? And then the I'm late for work. I have to get up. I don't want to get up. I have to, I'm hungry. I want coffee. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my goodness. The ego doesn't sleep. That moment I had on the floor, that experience on the floor, it was waking up without the I. No I. And then I saw like this bug crawl over my foot, and I can say that after the fact. But then I heard the mind, name it. And then the work was actually born in this process of self-inquiry I offer. It was born in that situation.
And I've started doing the work, Katie, and it's so very powerful. It's so very beautiful. Uh, but there is one problem with this method, and the problem is it always brings us back to reality, back to the present moment.
Back to unfinished business. This is
Yes.
Earth School. It's not done until it's done.
For a very long time, Katie, I used to drive juice out of being a victim, out of negativity. And there was a part of me that wanted me to uh, continue feeling pain. And the work just, it's
Yeah.
like a hammer. It's like a hammer. It's so very powerful.
Yeah, it is, it's it's a beautiful, it's it's a it's a beautiful mind, um, that would address the ego without, without a downside, you know. Those worksheets I invite people to, they literally, it's like identity just falls away, fear falls away and falls away. And so much is answered in that, so much more than any question you could ask that I might respond to. Those judge your neighbor worksheets, they're, you know, that's a term for moving our head, our ego, from our head to paper. And there it is, our ego, written down, stable, not movable like the ego in our head. But we move it from our head to paper, and then we question it. And it's respectful to the ego. And the ego loves answering questions. It loves to know. And it's that curiosity we can take into self-inquiry. And the ego really, it's a state of mind. So it just loves focus on itself. The work is all about me, I, me, I. So we're really babysitting with the ego and allowing it to, the attention it needs and the respect that it has earned to question it and understand that. What I love is, as I'm speaking, is just loving for the human race, is that all the pain in their world is over in this moment. In this moment, an entire life right now, it's over. And the ego would bring it back and bring it back and bring it back. But to understand the ego is a state of mind, And again, self-inquiry respects the ego, invites the ego, entertains the ego, supports it to wake up to itself as nothing, but as the the apparent God of choice ruling our life in the moment, and that is false. It's a false God that we worship. I am starting to worship. I am sitting here with my friend. I am. Yeah. The ego is it's such a child. It's like fighting for survival. And as a state of mind, it can never exist. But it identifies as physical body, but that still doesn't make it so. I, state of mind, is not physical.
I sense that sometimes. I have a question on the work, Katie. You suggest to start with the complaint with somebody else rather than ourselves when we start the inquiry, the work. Is it okay to start with ourselves? And the reason I'm asking it is because I often feel anxious or upset or worried uh, because of my own expectations. I want to become this. Okay, what will happen in future? Holding on to some image. Some examples would be, okay, I'm not a good teacher. I started teaching as well, teaching meditation on Idanim platform. So I often feel I'm not really a good teacher, or why am I not in this continuous state of bliss? Often my own search for joy becomes my source of suffering. So is it fine to start with ourselves, or that's not really recommended?
It's just as a teacher, be the student.
Yes.
Teachers don't have any fun.
Yes.
Be the student.
And honestly, many people ask me what is my vision about Idanim? What do I want? What do I want to achieve? And I often say, and I don't know why I say it, but I often say it's my practice, it's my own journey. Uh, I don't really do it for others, I do it for myself. Um, but yet, I think ego takes me over as a role of teacher, and I start judging myself. Am I creating impact? Am I helping people or not? And that becomes my source of suffering.
Well, that's what I love about this world. If I'm a teacher and everyone leaves me, I'm still the student. I've still got a student, and
Yes.
I'm the student. I'm literally the student, not the teacher. I show up by invitation and as a student.
That's so beautiful, Katie. Never realized that.
Mm.
I am always a student.
Teachers don't have any fun. Be the student.
And can I still do the work with with a complaint or a lack with myself, or you suggest to always start with somebody else?
Ego is, that's like the ego questioning the ego. We're not going to get far. But the ego is so clear about him, her, them.
Yes.
And so take advantage of that, judge other people and your thoughts about other people. And then you question those. And then when you turn it around, then there you are, exposed when you open your mind to it. Like there's something wrong with her. And I question that. And when I turn it around, there's something wrong with me. And that's for me to ponder. And, what is it that is not okay with me? So to ponder that. And that's not a great example, but when we're turning something around, it gets really, really, it gives us a whole new sense of self, a whole new sense of I. And did you hear me say I? Where's your proof?
I don't have any.
It's ridiculous. No I. No I in no I in you.
I'll read a quote from your book, A Thousand Names for Joy, Katie. You often say that you woke up to reality. And you have partly, not partly, you have already answered that. But I want you to maybe um, talk about it a bit more. So the quote says something like, it's chapter 14, and it says, ultimately, what is real can't be seen or heard or thought. You add the what to reality, then add the why. It's all you. The original is wiped out in the wave of the new, which is already old. Mind can't comprehend nothing, the absolute, that from which everything flows, the original non world. Eventually, mind discovers that it is free, that it is infinitely joyful.
Hmm.
Can you talk more about it?
Hmm. I think that says it. That says it well.
It does. It
It's
does.
yeah. It's for people to ponder, to see um, for themselves. What meaning does that hold? Yeah.
And another quote from chapter 7. If you question your mind deeply enough, you will see that what you are is beyond life and death.
Mm.
It was never born, thus it can never die. The body, of course, dies. So, who is it that doesn't get born or never dies?
Pure ego.
So, pure ego doesn't.
Pure ego in the world, and in death, the unnameable.
Sorry, could you say that again, Katie?
I'm not sure that I'm in touch with the question.
So, my question is, the body, of course, dies. So, what is it that never takes birth and never dies?
The body.
The body, of course, dies, doesn't it?
Body is it's an it's an it's an imagined object, like the banana, like the apple. So picture your daughter, picture your son. That's imagination.
But I'm able to touch them.
Not right here, right now.
But when they are in front of
And
me,
they're still imagined. But don't believe me. Test these things for yourself.
I'm able to touch my hand. So is my hand not my hand?
There, the answer is no. But in this world of object and ego, yes, you are. Do you remember when you just touched your hand?
I remember, but it's just a memory.
Okay, so that doesn't make it true.
Right.
It doesn't make it fact. And your whole family can say, we saw you touch your hand. But in your world, that doesn't make it true. In their world, that's what they're holding. But in your world, no.
Sure.
Like my husband could say, where are you going? And I can respond with, I'm just taking a walk. But I have no idea where I'm going, how far I'm going, if I'm ever coming back. I have no idea. So that's a very exciting walk. I put one foot down, and by some extraordinary gift in this world that I love so much, this gift of apparent life in earth, I don't know if the other foot is going to lift to take the next step.
Yes.
It's incredible. I don't know that the next breath is going to happen in and out. That's exciting. That's exciting. It's a beautiful world. It's a gift. And when you know it by nature, that it's pure love, no opposite, non-duality, then and understanding that even physical pain is either remembered or anticipated. It's a gift. It's this life is a gift. And it's so painful until we understand the cause of suffering and how to end it. And that's just a way of saying, wake up. Until we wake up to reality, to God, to grace, the gift of apparent life, the unborn beauty of the unnameable, where you can say, I am, and I'm doing this today, and I did this yesterday, and all, and understand beyond all language of now and then, past and future is an illusion. And those 4 questions in turnaround, I invite people to. It's a way of, it's an exercise in stillness. It's a purely a meditative experience. And that's what it takes to sit in self-inquiry and to imagine yourself in a situation that was painful, hurtful, and to identify what you were thinking and believing and move it from head to paper and then meditate in that through self-inquiry.
Should we do one?
Yeah, do you have one written?
I have two.
Okay. So
Which one should I pull up?
The one closest to you.
So, my first question is, in this situation, who angers, confuses, hurts, saddens, or disappoints you, and why? I often feel angry and disappointed with some of our users because they continue to follow rituals and continue to miss the essence of meditation. I feel disappointed because they start their meditation with a materialistic goal in mind. I feel sad and clueless that they are not willing to look at their identifications and are only interested in a magic pill for peace.
Okay, so that's 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 a lot for just number one. If you had to choose one of those, which one would it be?
I feel disappointed because they start their meditation with a materialistic goal in mind.
So they started their meditation with materialistic goal in mind.
Yes.
Is it true? Can you really know that it's true that they started their meditation with materialistic goal in mind?
No.
And how do you react? Notice your attitude. How do you react? How do you treat them? Your facial expression, if you're online, do you feel it in your chest? Just notice in that situation. How do you react? What happens? Those images of past and future when you're
I
thinking,
become judgmental. I judge them as well as my own teachings, practice. I look down upon them. There is a contraction in the chest, heaviness.
you notice the images in your head when you're thinking the thought. They started their meditation with materialistic goal in mind. Notice the image in your head as you experience what you just named. You see images of those people or that person with past, future images of that person in your head.
I don't feel good about myself, or whenever I come across these users, I feel contraction.
Okay, see, be there now without the thought. Thinking of those students. Without the thought, they started their meditation with materialistic goal in mind. Stay in the situation, the one where you were believing, the situation where you believe they were starting their meditation with materialistic goal in mind. Notice how you react, what happens as a teacher, as you in that situation when you're thinking the thought. Notice your attitude shift, maybe. As you're dealing with those people you believe started their meditation with materialistic goal in mind. And consider burnout, frustration, no matter how minor.
I feel frustrated, not
And
good.
how does that show up?
Sometimes shutting them down, sometimes not taking my sessions, avoiding.
Now listen to them. Listen to them. Witness them. Don't change anything. Just witness them without the thought. They started the meditation with a materialistic goal in mind. So listen, take in their world. As someone teaching meditation, as a meditation teacher, who are you without the thought? They have materialistic goal in mind. They're meditating with a materialistic goal. It doesn't mean they're not. It doesn't mean going into denial. Just notice who you are without your thought about them, holding a materialistic goal in mind.
I'm complete, fulfilled, peaceful.
Now let's step into some fun. Throw curiosity in there. Were you clear enough going in your instruction?
No,
So turned around. I started their meditation with a materialistic goal in mind. Or I started their meditation with a materialistic goal in mind. And materialistic could be the practice themselves, the practice itself.
I certainly started my meditation practice with materialistic goal. And also I started their practice with materialistic goals and for myself. May not be in the form of money, but in the form of approval, respect.
Yeah. Yeah, you're looking at the payoffs, the collateral.
I saw that.
So now you're sitting with a mindful um, teacher.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I don't think I've ever worked with anyone. I could be wrong, but I can't recall working with anyone when I wasn't the student. I love. Was the greatest teacher to my mind, the one that lives, what one teaches. To teach what I'm not living is
Thank you so much, Katie.
it's really lovely sitting with you in the quiet and witnessing what I experience is the way you contemplate and your open mind and your stillness. Yeah,
Thank you so, so much, Katie.
so it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to meet you.
Gratitude and so, so grateful. Thank you. Uh, it's
Oh,
not really a privilege. Privilege would be an understatement.
oh, thank, thank you, and
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
loved your family. I loved meeting your children in my mind's eye as you
Thank you so
invited
much. Thank you.